how did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figure most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about me.
A real leader never blocks the progress of those around him. He fuels it, pushing others higher, unlocking their potential, and creating momentum where everyone rises together through strength, vision, and purpose.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the...
Speculation is swirling that Beyoncé may be preparing for a major shift after 50 Cent revealed plans for a follow-up documentary examining the wider circle connected to Diddy. For years, online chatter claimed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé quietly supported him behind the scenes, and now many are questioning whether long-standing alliances are being re-evaluated. With pressure and scrutiny rising, the real mystery isn't the rumors themselves, but what move comes next. Does Beyoncé distance herself from Jay-Z, or is she strategically considering a complete exit from the spotlight as she reshapes her legacy?
I don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Like, Jay got all the trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
One with Beyonce. If you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming. Oh,
Beyonce done ran down on you once, Fifth. Come on.
She did. Worse, she jumped off a thing, off the ledge. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. That's the Jay. If he says to Jay in his face, he'll look at you and go, nah, that happened.
So Beyonce jumped down on you.
She jumped down. Oh, she was like on a windowsill.
Right.
We was in Vegas. She said, come on, I'm talking to her. She jumped down. She was like, go. And I'm like, wait, what is she doing? That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with you, girl. Don't come on.
So Hov wasn't there?
I'm talking to Jay.
Talking to Jay.
As soon as I talked to Jay, she jumped down, came over. I said, oh, look at this.
They about to jump you.
You lucky Solange wasn't there.
Yeah, you lucky Solange wasn't
Solange was there. I would have had the reboot. Huh? What?
So what did B say, or she was just staring at you?
Nah, she came like she was ready. She like ready. I thought something was going to happen. And I'm like, yo, whoa. She's throwing me off now. Because I don't know exactly how to respond to this. You are still Beyonce. Uh-oh. I'm sitting on this stuff going, she going, what is this guy say? I'm like, wait, what happened? I look at Jay, he goes.
Reports suggest Jay-Z was aware that 50 Cent might eventually turn his focus toward him, but he allegedly did not anticipate the scale or depth of material referenced in the documentary series. Now, according to ongoing speculation, there's a growing belief that additional footage could surface, hinting at behind-the-scenes coordination involving Jay-Z and Diddy, claims that 50 Cent has subtly alluded to in public. With rumors pointing to an archive exceeding 140 hours of unreleased material, the pressure is building, and the industry is bracing for what could be a major shakeup that places some of hip-hop's most influential names under intense scrutiny.
We have 50 Cent coming out confirming that he does have more dirt on Diddy that he didn't even get to put in the 4 episodes on the Netflix Diddy documentary. And since it's 50 Cent, it's so hard telling what in the world he all has, but he said this in reference to the video footage that he got of the man recording Diddy before Diddy went to jail. And on top of all of this, he said more people came forward to him with allegations that didn't even make it into this Netflix Diddy documentary. And he alluded that he is about to drop this all on YouTube. He sat down to explain some of this on the Sherry show yesterday, and she said, it shocked a lot of people to see this personal footage of Diddy. I know 50, the way you run. This cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that has not been shown? He said, yeah, well, there's some stuff that couldn't make it in because there was only 4 episodes in the Netflix Diddy documentary. And then Sherry asked 50 Cent, does this mean that there's going to be a part 2 of the Netflix Diddy documentary? And he said that he's just going to put it on YouTube. This was not the only time in this interview you that this man said this. Like, he is sure on YouTube for whatever reason, and he was even laughing about it. And in my opinion, I feel like why he wants to put this on YouTube is because Netflix probably wouldn't let him put in certain things because of liability. I think this is one of the main reasons why some of the things weren't talked about in the Diddy documentary. But like I said, also, he is cut down to a certain amount of time. Netflix gave him 4 episodes, so he has to put everything in those 4 episodes. And she asked him, out of all of the people that were coming forward, have there been any new tips that you have gotten since it's been released? He said, well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth.
Tension between 50 Cent and Jay-Z has simmered for years, with long-standing claims that Jay-Z worked to stall 50's momentum, only for 50 to rebound stronger every time. Now, 50 appears poised for a decisive counterstrike, and some speculate that Beyoncé could be pulled into the turbulence alongside Jay-Z. At the heart of the contrast is how each operates within the culture. Jay-Z is often criticized for limiting opportunities, while 50 is widely recognized for empowering others, building teams, and creating pathways to win. Two philosophies colliding as the spotlight intensifies and the stakes rise.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the, you know, the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super
you didn't
Bowl?
know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean, you know, it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
50 was always competition. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect of.
Online speculation claims that Jay-Z was present at controversial private gatherings linked to Diddy and has faced accusations of misconduct, including alleged disloyalty to Beyoncé. Some narratives suggest Beyoncé was aware of the environment surrounding these events and chose not to step in, with more extreme claims alleging she was present alongside Jay-Z and Diddy. Critics further argue that the couple belonged to a small inner circle that understood what was unfolding behind closed doors yet failed to intervene, instead allegedly protecting Diddy from consequences. Accusations that have fueled intense debate, sharpened public scrutiny, and amplified questions about power, responsibility, and accountability at the highest levels of the industry.
Morgan said it, they're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going
is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love? Explicit love? Hey!
Critics argue that the most troubling element of this controversy centers on long-running claims about unequal power dynamics early in Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship, with some former industry voices asserting that insiders were aware of concerns about influence and control during her formative years. These narratives suggest that growing up within that environment may have shaped her perception of what behavior was acceptable, a view some commentators used to explain her apparent silence around similar situations involving others. While these remain unproven allegations, they have intensified broader conversations about power, accountability, and the responsibility of influential figures, keeping the spotlight firmly on systemic issues within the music industry rather than any single claim.
People in the industry, been around for a long time, was there when he first started dating Beyoncé at 17, 18, and he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. I look back and see how old Jay-Z was. I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67. Something like a 67 right there. 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they say she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child. You know, dating her at the age of 30-some years old and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6-7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting, so we really don't know.
To underscore how explosive these claims have become, some critics have pushed narratives suggesting that high-profile artists, including Rihanna, were affected by broader power imbalances linked to Jay-Z's influence, with Beyoncé accused by detractors of tolerating or enabling that climate. These unverified assertions are often cited by commentators as a reason the couple is rumored to be concerned about deeper scrutiny, arguing that if attention intensifies, more voices could emerge and amplify the pressure. While these remain allegations rather than established facts, the discussion has fueled a growing spotlight on power, silence, and accountability, raising the stakes as public debate continues to build around the industry's most influential figures.
Warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry. Well, what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows.
Jean highlighted that both men mastered power, control, and influence well before the public even noticed, but their approaches couldn't have been more different. Diddy thrived in the spotlight, bold and unapologetically visible, while Jay-Z maneuvered in silence, wielding authority behind closed doors, in boardrooms, and through a network of allies ready to shield him if challenges arose. A study in contrasting strategies where subtlety and spectacle collided at the highest levels of influence.
What's funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule,
to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean? It definitely was.
Gene pointed out that Jay-Z's careful strategy is precisely why he seldom finds himself in compromising situations. Unlike Diddy, who expanded his empire by being omnipresent and deeply connected, Jay-Z built influence through restraint, curating access, maintaining distance, and controlling who could approach him, crafting a quiet yet unshakable power that thrives in the shadows while others chase the spotlight.
I know you heard the statement that, Jay lawyer came out with about how he wasn't really friends with Diddy. From your point of view, was they really friends or no?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it, but I don't know what kind of half a homo that is. And you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So, I guess that's a certain type of close.
The one move Jay-Z reportedly miscalculated was tying himself to Diddy. And now, that very choice seems to be circling back, threatening to catch up with him in ways he may not have anticipated.
Come on with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh, shoot, like.
That's right. To us, black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Come on, bro. When Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one. Exactly. He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh.
Trusting Diddy is now being framed as the most consequential misstep Jay-Z and Beyoncé allegedly made. Reports suggest that Diddy even turned on his own lawyer, dragging them into the controversy, while critics argue he has long prioritized his own protection over the fallout experienced by anyone around him, highlighting a ruthless approach to power where loyalty is fleeting and accountability is optional.
Diddy really screwed over Mark Agnifilo. I gotta say, this is awful that Diddy owes his life to Mark Agnifilo, literally his life, because he could have gotten life in prison were it not for Mark Agnifilo, his defense lawyer, who had a brilliant strategy. And Diddy screwed him over when he hired this videographer to chronicle his life without telling Mark Agnifilo that when Diddy and Mark were on the phone, this videographer was recording what Mark clearly expected to be an attorney-client privileged relationship. Now, it is true that the client holds that privilege. The lawyer doesn't. But Mark's clear expectation was that this was a private conversation. These were private conversations. And that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark.
Allegedly, Jay-Z is now moving to file a cease and desist to block the documentary, claiming that 50 Cent obtained the footage illegally. Yet counterclaims suggest 50 acted entirely within the law, having acquired the material after Diddy reportedly failed to pay his videographer and editor, a misstep that opened the door for 50 to step in and secure the footage legally. Sources say 50 was fully aware that Diddy had been collecting content for a documentary of his own, making this legal acquisition a strategic power play that could tip the balance in an already high-stakes battle.
Your boss, yo, man, yo, how 50 get, blah, 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 yo, Puff, take this out doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point.
Speculation is mounting that Beyoncé and Jay-Z could be on the brink of divorce if the documentary sees the light of day. Sources claim Beyoncé may have reached a tipping point, frustrated that Jay-Z's controversies and alleged betrayals continue to threaten the empire she's meticulously built. For years, she has guarded her brand and public trust with relentless effort, even staying to rebuild after past scandals. But insiders suggest this moment feels heavier, more inescapable, and unlike anything she has faced before, raising questions about whether the partnership can survive the mounting pressure.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z have a toxic relationship. He preyed on her when she was just 18 years old. Fans accuse him of grooming her and then later on controlling her every move. At the same time, it's been revealed that he's a cheater and he cannot be
Jay-Z is reportedly facing unprecedented vulnerability, with Dane noting he's never seen him under this level of public scrutiny. For decades, Jay-Z seemed untouchable, insulated by his influence and control over mainstream narratives. But this time, that protective barrier appears to have vanished, leaving him exposed in ways the public has rarely witnessed.
I'm like, it's just odd to see him in that, getting looked at in that way by white people, like Jay does, yeah, like I hope that shit didn't happen, but I'm like, damn, they turned the world real, like people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media, like he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him, but like, drink champs can't get him out of this one, and neither can Charlemagne, because those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he does anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now because they on his head. But the question is why? Like, why now? Because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not going to win. Let's get a deposition or something. So I don't know why they get on his head so much, pause. But I never seen him, under this, I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, like I said, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer because I went.
50 Cent recently shared an Instagram video teasing the second installment of his documentary, which he says will center on Jay-Z. Meanwhile, insiders suggest Beyoncé may have hit a strategic breaking point. Staying silent worked in the past, and standing by Jay-Z protected her brand before. But if his past decisions start to jeopardize her carefully built legacy, sources say she could quietly step away, prioritizing her empire over loyalty.
Crossing that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay, they are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Listen up, check this out. Now y'all know that footage that where Diddy is behind the scenes talking to his lawyer and all of this stuff, and people are like, damn, what was Diddy recording it? Well, Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50, of all people, has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the tip of the iceberg. And
crazy as this man in this video footage of 50 Cent's post starts talking about a specific name, a man named Neil. And this man goes on talking about how he heard that 50 Cent has this extra footage, but it's footage that could possibly lead to Diddy getting more charges, like witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and more. And what's crazy about the name Neil that he brings up in this is the fact that the other day, Diddy's former chef Jordan, who is somebody that was a witness during this trial, who was about to testify against Diddy before the prosecution took back some of their witnesses who were testifying, literally claimed that Neil Dominique, a former assistant of Diddy, is the one that told Diddy that she was subpoenaed to the grand jury at the very start of all of this. She wrote this whole big post to Neil Dominique and tagged him in it and said, "I just want to put this out there because I've been debating how I wanted to handle this situation. Now, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I'm really wondering why you decided to tell Sean Combs that I was contacted by the feds. I saw that you wrote him a good character letter too. Come to find out, you were actually providing Puff with information on a whole bunch of people throughout the case. So my thing is, why were you so comfortable putting me in danger? Why were you so comfortable putting other people in danger? You provided addresses to him. Were you like a double agent working for the feds and Puff?" This is actually crazy because she alleged that Neil Dominique was approached by the feds as well in this investigation into Diddy because he was a former assistant.
What struck Gene the most was the backlash against 50 Cent for exposing Diddy, with critics seemingly more intent on questioning his motives than holding Diddy accountable. Rather than confronting the alleged actions at the center of the controversy, attention shifted to criticizing 50 for daring to reveal the truth, highlighting how whistleblowers often face scrutiny while the powerful remain insulated.
He did, man. Yeah, he got everybody going, man. That, you know, he's getting a lot of backlash, man. Like, people are like mad at 50 for getting behind this thing.
Well, see, the thing about it is that people are out there rabbit ass mind. And they gonna sit up here and they gonna say some stuff like, yo, they try to make it up like, it's because of a girl, it's because of a woman. A man that can have any woman in the damn world, you understand, go any parts of the world, find beautiful women all over the world, that's willing to do whatever he wants to. I'ma be mad because this dude got this one? Nah, it's bigger and it's more than that. They don't want to say it. A lot of these cats out here don't want to tell the truth behind.
50 Cent has emphasized that his documentary series isn't about personal vendettas, noting that he's even collaborating with Diddy's son, a detail that changes the entire narrative. If this were purely revenge or a chase for clout, working with Diddy's own family wouldn't add up. Instead, it positions the project as a broader effort, a meticulous account of events, aiming to document the story rather than target any single person, elevating it beyond gossip into something far more significant.
Of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage, director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account and how he was.
The question now looms. Will Beyoncé step away to safeguard the empire she's spent years building, or stand by Jay-Z and face the storm together? And if 50 Cent's claims hold weight, who else might be dragged into the spotlight next? The story is far from over, and the next chapter could change everything. Stay tuned and share your take in the comments.